For me, action is the purest use of the film language. People are revealed by extreme situations. What the Stowaway action sequence reveals is Furiosa getting, as someone said, an instant degree in being a warrior.
It's an action symphony, a rock and roll disaster with the help of 200 stunt people.
15 minutes, 197 shots in it. We've basically been shooting that now for 9 months.
You get to see her acquire skills and you get to know her through the course of an action sequence.
She has no time to think about it. She's got to completely improvise under the most intense circumstances. As Hitchcock said, all the work is done in the preparation of the film. The film itself is just execution.
Riding a motorcycle, how do you actually start doing combat on a tanker? I've always loved with action to be more than just two-dimensional, so we're in the air.
That's when we had the mortar-flyers becoming the mortar-flyers. They release parachutes and are pulled along behind the motorbikes.
They're throwing bombs on war boys who are defending this rig in the way they do.
And when that doesn't work, it was the idea of trying to escalate and build up that tension.
Furiosa has to take all the skills kind of half-formed to survive.
It culminates in a Zeppelin-style biker descending from the skies.
How do we make it look spectacular? And, you know, how not to kill everybody as we're doing it.
Get ready for the day, big day ahead of us.
It's going to be good. We're just starting out, doing probably what's going to be the largest shot in the film.
Yeah, I mean, we've done a lot of crazy stuff, but George Miller and Guy Norris with this movie, they're just pushing the boundaries of what's possible. I mean, this first scene that we're doing, it's one of the longest single shots I think I've ever worked on.
Ready here to there. That's it.
Yep.
Then ski up, and then our normal in.
So it's actually quite a hard shot. He'll jump off the back of my bike.
This wheel here, this actually controls his height. It's purely designed for fast-moving rigging.
There's our stuntman here. He'll be slingshotted up into the air like he's on a parachute, flying down the road at 50, 60 miles an hour.
You know what? I think we're all crazy doing this shit.
One of the great things about Fury Road and Furiosa, we do not defy the laws of gravity. Everything has to be technically believable.
And he falls back. And we go up, over here and come.
What you're seeing in the Mad Max world is what happens when real bodies do real body things.
First couple were really good. Yeah. The last couple, again, we got...
You know, at speed, different winds. It is dangerous. It shows. Props to Guy Norris leading the whole team along.
I think we got it, Guy. Yeah, that's good. He's kicking his legs, and that's great. Thank you very much, Guy.
All right, mate. Thank you very much. Very happy for a great first day, and we just want the same for the next 110 or whatever it's going to be, and we'll all be in good shape.
When you're doing a film of this stature or this size, everything has to be communicated, everything has to come in, has to be very well planned. And then, of course, things happen.
Unfortunately, we can't shoot anymore today. We need sunshine, we don't have it.
But there's a resilience, which is part of the Australian filmmaking ability to get up and have a go, you know.
We are Warlord Fukushima! Warlord Fukushima! Come crazy! Warlord!
We got flooded out where we were, so yeah, this is the only dry spot that we can get, so which is great.
Crazy! Warlord!
You're thundering up to jump in, bumper kiss, and then reload onto the war rig.
Basically banking up to the war rig, and the war boys go over the top. But I mean, we're moving along, and if they slip, then, you know, it's not a good day.
A little bit hairy, but we got this.
Baby, baby bunting, daddy's gone a hunting, gonna catch a buzz and skin her up, my baby bunting it, ha, ha, ha. Baby, baby bunting, daddy's gone a hunting.
The stuntmen, the vehicle drivers, the camera crew, the skill level of that is so high.
The stunt world are undervalued in the film industry. They don't have an award. I would put them right up there with all the heavier awards. The temperament in shooting this thing and the endurance, 4 setups a day, relentless. And the skill with which it was managed by the stunt teams is tremendous.
Shit, you okay? You good? Fine. Make sure you are though, don't.
People get hurt. You can even see with a shot, there's so many objects you can bang into on this, you know? And you just want to know that you've got all the people around that really do care about making it perfectly safe.
How are we tracking, boys, first day?
Yep, ready to go.
Fury Road was very much a mechanical, trucks, cars.
This is the Mortifiers, basically like a Pony Express that's going to go and give a signal to the other bikes down the road.
In this, we've got motorbikes, which are way more difficult to choreograph and way more dangerous.
That's what you call shot one.
Anyone who's ridden a motorcycle has probably fallen off it. You're talking about really high-end speeds of well over 100 miles an hour, and how could we do that? We really started leaning into the technology of motion capture.
Yeah, we've just been picking up bits and pieces of bike everywhere, but that's what we want. That's a Mad Max movie. We want to see things smashed up.
What we've developed is a system of using inertia motion capture suits, combine that with the same sort of high intensity level of rigging that we're doing on Fury Road, and putting it together.
We see too many films driving everything full CG, but we want to be CG as a secondary to whatever the stunt was doing.
The tools are always improving and evolving. But of course, where we start is very grounded. So for instance, there's a thing at the back of this war rig called the bombing knocker.
I control the bombing knockers, and my job is to watch the back and watch who's coming from behind so no one attacks us from behind.
The bombing knocker, we've built it to the point that we can actually begin the spin, but we can't get it up to a high enough revolution per minute to make it the weapon that George imagines it to be.
The first instinct is to make something as real as possible. Is he on a wire? Yeah, he's connected to climb up on the seat. He goes like that and tries to climb up. Rather than do a digital stunt, far better to do a real stunt as the basis of the shot. If it's unsafe to do flames, at least have some flames there. Then you can enhance everything around it digitally.
3, 2, 1, up.
The sequence Stowaway to Nowhere, I mean, we've been shooting it for 6 months. And let me tell you, it takes dedication.
When I first spoke to George, he was at pains to, I suppose, warn me about how technical some of the process was, particularly to do with the action sequences.
Drop!
This is a whole day spent on ostensibly 3 different shots.
One, drop!
It's very rhythmic, it's very, deliberate.
3, 2, 1, drop!
You do feel slightly, or you could feel slightly weird, just looking over your shoulder, cut. Looking over your shoulder, cut. That can be strange.
I look like a demented chipmunk. Why would you show me that?
But you see it when it's all orchestrated together, it makes complete sense.
You happy?
Really?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'd like to just try 1 or 2 more.
No matter what, trust George. That was just my motto. It was trust George. The things that you feel really strongly about, you feel really strongly about them, but also trust George. I didn't want them to deploy the truck and then I'd mess it up.
Oh, no.
You really do feel like you're all in it together to make that shot work. So it's a really nice feeling.
We
We are celebrating the end of Stowaway.
76 shooting days on one sequence. We go hard. Happy end of Stowaway. Thank you so much.
We did it.
There's not been a single day on this movie where I have not felt hyper aware that I will not be having an experience like this unless it's on a George Miller Mad Max movie. It doesn't exist. There's nothing like this in the world.
This has been unbelievable, and I'm so grateful, so thank you.
I don't think there's anybody, any of the great filmmakers that match him in his ability to deliver action. With the help of Guy Norris and 200 stunt people, it is definitely Mad Max action on steroids.
Action sequences, they're not just very kinetic, entertaining events. Have to be about character. The Stowaway action sequence reveals her as a warrior. That's what really got me into this story.